And Picks from the Print Mine is also brought to you by Cracker Jack. What do I love on a cracker? Absolutely nothing. That's why I buy Cracker Jack every week. It's the only nothing in a can that comes with the patented pressure release nozzle, so you can dispense exactly the right amount of nothing every time. For over 40 years, Cracker Jack has been a household name, and it's easy to see why. With no flavor, no calories, and no Oxford comma, Cracker Jack gets you what you want without the hassle and without the extra pounds. So satisfying. The next time you're planning a big party that includes crackers, pick up a can of Cracker Jack. The next time it's your turn to bring the donuts to an important office meeting, instead, pick up a can of Cracker Jack. The next time and every time you're at your grocer's, pick up a can of Cracker Jack. You'll know you've found it when you see the big yellow label. Cracker Jack. You'll be glad you didn't.
Minions! Minions, get to work! I need more copies of Magician's Skull number 6 right away! Right away! Ah!
Oh, whew, whew. That was a close one. Just had a little run-in with Mr. Emo Goth
And
there.
what did he say?
The usual. Get back to work.
Get back to work. Yeah, like we're lazy or something. Gee.
Same thing every time. Like we're slacking off or pretending we're somewhere else or something. I don't know. Anyway, other than that, how have things been, Dieter? Oh, what happened? He's 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 dropped into silent
Did,
movie mode.
yeah, did Dieter go mute?
Am I here?
We hear
Yes.
you now.
Oh, good, good. Phew. Little
I
random.
thought maybe you
pockets
went
of
to that
silence.
silent movie festival.
I've been practicing my silence spell. I flub it up every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, it backfires. It affects you and not other people.
Right. So yeah, what you been up to, John? Other than mining, anything fun at all?
Not a lot. Not a lot of gaming just lately. I have started my what my wife calls the vampire seminar. Last few
Oh,
years in the run up to Halloween, I line up a bunch of horror movies from anywhere from the silent era. Speaking of silent movies, anywhere from the silence on up, and watch them in chronological order. And just recently watched Eyes Without a Face,
oh,
which for some of us we think Billy Idol, right?
that
As soon
me
as you hear
exactly.
that, but it's actually a French movie from 1960 it's pretty effective. It's pretty creepy, and I mean it's not an out and out horror movie, but the only thing that lets it down, there's a little musical cue that pops up a few times in the film that sounds just about like the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. Kind of knocks you out of the
The
suspense
proper mood. Yeah.
but yeah, so we're starting the vampire seminar again.
Well, that
Uh,
sounds like fun. Does it get you in the mood to play some Transylvanian adventures or something?
I have at times gleaned ideas out of these movies that are obscure and nobody's particularly talking about, but that somehow I've stumbled onto them. So yeah, no, it's a good deal. It's interesting to watch them in chronological order too, to see kind of how uh, film style and that kind of thing develops. What is scary to
I,
people at different points in the past 100 years, you know?
well, emo goth is what is scary to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it used to be you could move very slowly and talk like this, and that was like freaking people out. And now it's, black dragons that oversee minds.
Right. Yeah. Well, I have not really done much gaming either. I am in between groups still, so this doing this with you is pretty much my gaming fix. for the month.
This is our contact with gaming, is talking
Right.
about gaming stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I just sit around and like roll handfuls of dice just to hear what it sounds like.
Sounds nice.
It's a beautiful sound. It's
Those
a beautiful
sound fresh. Are those some fresh dice? Have you?
Yeah, in fact, I got some wild dice recently.
Oh yeah.
Wild dice. They're like weird dice, but weirder.
This is from the 3D era. This is how it was done.
3D House of Dice.
Wild dice. Yeah, you know, I was finding a lot of those, I don't know, a month ago, and then they kind of dried up, but lately I've been finding more. Like I bet if I look around here now, yeah, right here. There's one.
What is that? Is that a D28?
Then I could find another one. Hey, here's another one.
Oh, that's a D26.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
off the top of your head,
Wild.
can you run through what dice are in the wild dice set?
Let's see. So
or the assortment,
it kind of fills out the rest of the dice chain. So there's a D 9.
I feel like you're looking. You're looking at something.
I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating at all. A D11, a 13, a 15, a 7, 27. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers now.
9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, 22, 26, 28.
Oh, so 27 is the one that's missing.
27 is not there.
Okay.
But they're assorted colors, assorted, configuration. In fact, I have a few others sitting on this rock right here that I pulled out for myself. I hid these from Emogoth, but, you can see there's lots of different colors.
They're all pretty
purple
random.
ones there. Now, I personally would not insert these into the dice chain, but I would be certain to have uses for them in other ways.
I mean, if you have a D11, you will find a use for it. No question.
Absolutely. I mean, I already had the idea 13 of like creating some kind of lucky, unlucky weapon that involves a D13 somehow, but
crafty.
Haven't fully written that out or anything, but that was the idea that ran through my head. And you have a set there with you?
Yeah, I have a set. Yeah.
What did you get in your assortment? Did you get a complete set?
I don't even know if I got a complete set. I was mostly just looking at the colors. There's all sorts of pretty colors. I got a couple glow in the dark.
Distracted by the shiny.
A couple glow in the dark, a couple like cotton candy, some cool colors.
The assortment I got, I had 3 complete runs of that 9 through 28. I mean, not everything 9 through 28, but the set.
The wild ones.
The wild ones, yeah, 9 through. I had 3 complete sets and then an extra 26 and an extra 28. So I imagine the odds of getting at least a couple of complete sequences are pretty good in these, even though they are randomized and assorted and all that.
Right. Well, hey, let's. What else have you found? You got some. I found some cool little book, Terror of the Stratosphene number 3.
Number 3, yeah.
With kind of a cool gold or shiny foil cover thing that I think is a limited edition sort of thing.
Mine's not shiny gold, but it looks pretty nice.
Oh yeah, it's not gold. Mine's not gold either. I lied, but it's got a shiny metallic sheen to it that makes it really easy to find when it's buried in the rocks.
Yeah, you get that glimmer, just a little torchlight shining off of it. And you go, hey, there's something there.
But yeah,
this is like, how would you describe it?
Well, it's first we should say it's by Sean Richter.
Yes.
Right, Riker. I don't know. Sean. It's by Sean.
Sean wrote it.
And I think I don't actually have the first 2 issues, so I feel like I'm kind of missing something when I look at this. Like, is this series all together like a setting, or what is Terror of the Stratosphene?
It is pieces and parts for your setting. My description of this would be it's like H.R. Geiger designed a cyberpunk setting that involves pizza and he was assisted by David Lynch and David Cronenberg.
Yeah, that
Just
seems
to
that
keep our
seems
movie theme going
that
here.
seems pretty accurate. And I
Yeah,
gotta say, it's
and I think it's meant to be you dip in and you just grab stuff that is exciting and scares you and you make use of it however you want.
yeah, there's definitely a lot of interesting stuff in it. Like this one has
Yeah.
three new classes. Um,
Is it three? I thought it was just two, but maybe it is
I think
three.
it's three. There's the half ogre, um, there's a generator demon, and
Oh, right.
then there's the pteranodon rider.
And it is a half ogre rented lips half
Half
ogre demon engine,
right,
not just a half ogre. I mean,
right. So
anybody and their
we got
brother can have a
that.
half
Yeah,
ogre.
there's some random monsters. It looks like. Um,
And it has a very kind of
yeah,
punk art aesthetic.
it's black and white and red, which
Yes,
it's got a
yes.
really cool look to it. That's for sure.
And I will say there are a couple of pages that if you're a codger like me, they can be a little hard to read with the dots and the things, but it's not, most of it's not like that. Most of it's fine. There's just a couple of spots where I was like, I might need assistance with this. But no, the design is pretty
Yeah, I
wild,
see.
and
See,
the art's good.
there's a spell or two in here.
There was a piece of art I was trying to find, and now I can't. I should have bookmarked it.
Yeah, there's some fantastic
Anyway,
art in here. That's for sure. A patron.
yeah,
Patron
spells,
spells.
patrons,
So yeah, it's a nice looking book. That is for sure.
and and I think I have one of the other uh, books in the line, and I think it's similar. It's not trying to set a tightly codified setting. It's trying to
Just give you
give you a
random
jumping
weird.
off point for your own
Okay,
crazy
nice,
futuristic sci-fi crazy setting.
nice.
Yeah, yeah, and lots of demons and things of that sort.
Well, what else? What else you got? What'd you find?
I have another little demon riddled book. Let's show that off.
Ooh, nice.
This is the Tome of Debasement,
Oh, the Tome of
which
Debasement.
I don't know if you've come across this one, but it's basically presents a god, an evil god for your campaign, and then everything you need to stat up clerics of that evil god. So
Yes, it is Herlazect, the debased god.
yes,
And so it's got all details about him, plus a bunch of spells specifically for evil clerics. And I gotta say, like this book is a little dark. Like this is not like mustache twirling
it
evil. This is like, rotting flesh evil.
is.
So yeah, it's
And but it's even got like canticles. I mean, it's everything for an evil cleric. And the thing that immediately occurred to me as I was going through this was like it would be a nice resource book for like if you were running a campaign and you had like you want like this evil cult that's kind of in the background occasionally bumping in crossing paths with the PCs. Like this would be a great source for like making that cult unique and scary and interesting, and then some big confrontation down the line presumably, or maybe not, maybe they just kind of a lingering danger that you can never quite figure out, if that's your style. But either way, using it straight up or using it like that, I think this is a nice little book. It's a great little source book.
yeah, and some of these, like the art in here is pretty great and dark too.
Yeah.
Like yeah, there's this one spell called Halo of Flies that is just pretty great. The art that
Yeah,
goes with it is good.
that's kind of unpleasant.
Yeah, the art has a lot of insects and maggots and worms and things like
Yeah,
that.
an example of the flavor is that lay on hands is replaced by bloodletting as an ability for the clerics of this Herzalect. I'm not saying that right. Herlezect.
Herlezect.
Herlezect. Herlezect. Yeah, no, it's a cool little book. Cool little zine. No word yet on the sequel status for the Tome of the Attic.
Haha, I see what you did
Ha
there.
ha ha.
You are
So
not funny. I just want to point that out.
hey, there's a lot of pressure here. Chased by dragons, you can't expect a winner every time.
I don't know. I kind of
Um,
found it funny.
Speaking of thank you, Grin. Speaking of evil afoot and supernatural nastiness, have you stumbled on any of these around the mine?
Conspiracy. I found one or two of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's been in the store for a little while now.
So this one is interesting. It's both can be used as a funnel or as a first level adventure.
Now let's be honest, a
And
lot of adventures can be, but this one is specifically says that you can do it that way.
right, but also it specifically has some of the encounters are written up where there's the funnel version of that encounter and there's the first level version of that encounter, and I don't think I've seen that before in anything. So that's kind of a nice little detail where something that could maybe put a little more meat on the bones for the first level characters that have spells and whatnot.
Right.
You can, certain encounters are worth having that kind of enhancement to it. In a nutshell, it's a village that's under like a supernatural siege, and it's kind of a sandbox type of situation where you're exploring the town and dealing with the supernatural goings on.
Right, and it is kind of a horror theme adventure also, right? It's got
absolutely,
like there's like
absolutely.
demon children and insanity and all sorts of fun. So it's a great one to get it for Halloween.
Right, and is this the one I'm thinking of that has the no? That's okay, something else. But the thing that's in here that I think is absolutely genius is that it has a unique fumble chart specifically for the adventurer, where
cool.
some of the results are directly things that are going on in the adventure. Like one of the fumble results is like the ground opens up beneath you and you fall, and that's something that's happening elsewhere in the adventure. So it's like, to me, that's just like a genius idea to have a funnel or a first level adventure, but it's got a unique fumble chart that ties into the events of the funnel or adventure.
Yeah, I see here. It's got an optional mercurial magic table as well.
Right.
And one thing that I like is it actually at the end, in the concluding the adventure part, has a chart that tells you exactly how much XP to award for each encounter.
I missed that. How did I miss that? I can't even find the end. So there we go. Oh yeah, look at that right there.
So
I probably got distracted by the comic that's on the other page is what happened.
Right. I don't. Art grabs your eye.
I'm a sucker for word balloons, just like, what are they saying? I got to find out. It's pointing to them. No, so that's got some solid stuff in there.
Yeah. So and at $14.99, it's a pretty good deal for $14.99.
Yeah.
And along the same kind of theme, I pulled out some copies of the Blackout in Crater Valley.
Hey, it was blacking out there. I couldn't see it there in front of you.
Spooky.
You're practicing more magic, aren't you? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Here.
So this one is also kind of a horror themed funnel that gives you a town to kind of sandbox in. But the difference is that this one is kind of patterned on 80s teen slasher movies.
Right. I think it even says a VHS era
Yeah,
Slasher,
so it
Yes,
has a whole
yeah.
occupation table for your 80s teens, and the other thing I like is that this one gives you a table to roll on when you're creating your character that gives you relationships to some of the other
Yes.
characters or some of the NPCs that are in the town.
Yeah, that jumped out at me too. That was a nice touch.
So that's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to running this one sometime
The,
because it looks like
the
a lot of
other
fun.
thing, did you notice in the back
Oh yes.
is the pull-out map? I don't know if I probably have it upside down, but the map of the town that you can lay out on the table if you're playing face to face for everybody to reference. That's a nice touch too. Actually, I don't know what the price on this thing is.
Does it?
I'm just realizing it's not on the book, but
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
it must be on the
It's
site.
not, I'm sure it's on the site, but it's not printed on the book.
Yeah, no, and again, there are some things in here that you don't see in every adventure that I thought was a neat idea. Like there's a list of NPCs that can come to the rescue. Like if you want to avoid a TPK, they don't have to come and like make everything easy, but they can at least maybe create a distraction or a diversion or help out a little
why
bit.
would you want to avoid a TPK? I don't understand the concept.
It's just if you wanted to. It's nice to have tools in the toolbox is all I'm really saying. You know, if you need them, you got them. If you don't, you got them. But yeah, it's kind of a sandboxy town, little sleepy town. Oh, the I don't want to spoil it, but the other thing that really grabbed me was there's a specific spot location that I will be vague about that turns into something else. I don't know if you read that
I
part.
have no idea what you're talking about. So
Okay, well it's in the art. So if you flip through it, you'll see it. But there's a location that's like, oh well, this is just this place, and then it's like, no, it's not, and it's different, and yeah, no, I like I say, it was a neat idea that like you're not seeing what's really there, kind of thing, until it's too late, of course.
of course.
But yeah, no, that's another good one. Another it's got some unique ideas, some interesting perspectives on throwing together a funnel adventure.
When are you going to run
You
it?
know, let's see. I'll check my calendar.
When are you going to run it for me? I guess that's the real question.
Yeah, that's the question, right? I assumed that was where you were going with that. Yeah, no, we should maybe put something together with that. Yeah, come to think of it. So we did some DCC, we did some like 80s, it's DCC, but it's belonging to DCC, but it's like 80s setting.
So we need some MCC love, is what
We
you're saying.
should go the other direction. I mean, we started with kind of sci-fi, and when we should come back to maybe some sci-fi.
It makes
or something.
sense. It's almost like we planned the order, so it made
or maybe like a little
sense.
post-apocalyptic stuff. I don't know. Like maybe did you see these? Did you get any of these in your
Merchants of the
tunneling
Multiverse? I found a few a vein of that. Yeah, in one
your
of the lower
shovels
caverns.
landed on some of these? Yeah.
Yeah, and I gotta say, yeah, I think it looks. Wait, do you hear that?
What? Uh-oh.
I
know that sound. I didn't hear it all that long ago.
Emo God's
All right.
coming.
I'm getting out of here.
I know a minion that needs to be fired. Aha. Wait,
Oh.
who are you, worm?
Hi, Emogoth. I'm Stefan.
Stefan, what
Yeah.
what have you done to deserve to be here?
I humbly offer Merchants of the Multiverse to you. I made that. Most of it.
What is this Merchants of the Multiverse? Tell me.
It is a zine from Mutant Crawl Classics. It's got a bunch of artifacts and weird merchants from other dimensions mostly, and stuff for trade and travel, and a little adventure too in the back.
An adventure?
Mhm.
Ah. Will it kill players?
Oh, well, it'll kill their characters. Killing the players is outside of the
well.
scope of the adventure, but it's at the
You have-
judge's
You
discretion.
have to be happy with what you can get, I suppose.
Yes.
So what is the purpose of this book exactly? What will people get out of it?
Hopefully, they'll have a bunch of weird artifacts like nanobot suppository pills and a few communities to trade things like necro pig bacon and
Ah,
eat
bacon.
durians.
I love bacon. Now it has several different merchants your players can meet, things they can buy from those merchants, and adventures ideas they can get. Quests,
yes.
as it were. Now, I have to ask, have you had any personal dealings with any of these merchants yourself?
Yes, Josan, he's a camel manimal or a camamimal. He tried to sell me like 16 cartons of cigarettes. That guy has a problem.
Wow. Did you smoke them all?
No, but he did. He did all at once.
Well, I bought a little plastic castle from the fish.
Oh, he's great. He's a great guy.
Yes. I stole little green rocks in it.
That sounds great. Just for your own, do you have your own fish or just to like practice destroying castles on?
Oh, no, I'm an expert at destroying castles. I need no practice there.
Okay. Practice makes perfect, but you're already perfect. I should have known better.
That's right. Don't you forget it, Stefan.
I won't.
Well, you seem like a reasonable person, unlike some other minions on this show.
Yeah, that John guy.
That John guy. I should eat him.
You should. I'll take his place. You don't have to eat me.
Well, I am a bit peckish right now.
Uh-oh.
Is there any reason I shouldn't eat you right now?
I'll keep on. I'll make something more to show you later on. I'll make new stuff.
Well, I like new stuff, but I'm hungry. I will destroy you! Hey, can I have some of that, John?
There's a prize inside.
What? Oh,
you want to see what I got?
Yeah, show us what you got. Show us what you got.
All right, let me just tear it open. Oh, hey, check that out.
Oh, nice, nice. That's pretty cool.
I've never gotten one of these before. I thought I was going to get a tattoo of a dog.
Yeah, I've got stacks of those.
Set that down there. Well, that seemed like a succinct destruction of another guest.
Yeah, it sounded like he was trying to take your job.
I think, yeah, I'm kind of glad he wiped the guy out. Frankly, I mean,
I know. I mean, who knew that? Actually has our back. You know.
I hate my job, but I don't want to lose it.
So Merchants of the Multiverse available in the Goodman Games online store, as well as all the other fine products we've mined today.
That's right, and you won't find any Cracker Jack in the store.
Oh, that's a sad story.
Hey,
We'll have
maybe for
to-
next year we can
We'll
convince
have to.
the
That'll
powers that
be
be.
that'll be the convention special next year. Cracker Jacks.
Right. We'll get that work. Get to work on that, somebody.
with a free Doug Kovacs tattoo inside.
There, now you're talking.
Right.
That's what we need, or the Doug Kovacs and Stephen Pogue and everybody, Peter Mullen tattoos and.
Cool. Well, you got anything else you want to tell everyone before we end this episode?
What we're gonna end it now?
I mean, unless you have something else you want to say.
I put on pants to do this show.
Why?
I thought it would be nice for once.
Yeah.
And I mean pants in the UK sense of the term.
Oh, right. Yeah. Different. But they're overrated. Don't worry about it next time.
I mean, we're just in a cave. Nobody's down here, really. What does it matter?
So, all right. I guess that's it
No
then,
comments?
everyone. No comments. No comments there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been
Oh,
Picks
hey.
from the Print Mind.
We didn't get to that, but we'll do that next time. Maybe.
We'll do that next time. We'll talk about that next time, as well as some other cool stuff.
Next time, everybody. We'll see you next time. Next
Bye.
time.